The Montana Lifestyles Podcast, my friends. My name is Tim Lee. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Now, let's start with the obvious, my dear. Your daughter just got on here. You would have totally let her down if you didn't get on here too.
I know. The pressure was on.
The pressure was on. And your name is Holly, right?
Yes, it is.
Holly, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've worked at the lumberyard for the last 23 years.
And we're talking Madison Lumber.
Madison Lumber. And before that, I worked there in high school just like my daughter did.
Yeah.
Did the exact same job she did.
Wow.
It was in a different area, but, we've grown since then. So, But it's kind of fun to watch her kind of come up, and do the same things that I did. And it's nostalgia,
So were you there during the move, 1990 was it, that they moved from one location to the next?
It was in 92.
92.
Yep. So I worked, my first job was helping my grandma with statements down in the old building where Grizzly Saddlery was. And my grandpa would make me sweep the floors and pick all the nails out and put them back in the same bins. And so then in high school, we moved up to the store we're in now. And that's when I started stocking shelves and cleaning just like my daughter.
I was talking with Joel about how cool, Joel Cole, nice job, Tim, how cool the store is, even in the idea about how Larry designed that tier setup. You walk in there and it's like you're expecting a choir to be standing there,
exactly.
or a Jerry Lewis telethon or whatnot.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, that it's so cool, but it makes sense. The man had some smarts.
He did. Yes, he did. Some people come in and think it's intimidating, and other people love it. So
I love it. I mean, I just thought it was cool. And it was my first experience, and I dealt with the guy that's standing right behind us right here, and he took good care of me. And that was, when you think Madison Lumber, you're thinking, okay, this is where I'm going to go get my lumber. You walk in there, and there's everything, Milwaukee tool, every bit of tools and stuff. So tell me a little bit about your folks. Tell me a little bit about what it was like growing up as the kid in this realm.
Yeah, I mean, my dad and my uncle, my grandma, my mother, just about everybody worked in the lumberyard. I mean, it was just kind of just part of our
your psyche.
But we were really good about, we left business at the office and we could all go to dinner afterwards and have fun. And that was kind of one of my grandma's rules, is business stays at the lumberyard. Yeah. And then when we come home at night, we don't talk business, and we're family.
There'll be plenty of time to do that tomorrow.
Exactly. So, so I mean, and my dad was gone a lot because they were growing at that time. And so I'd get up in the morning, he'd be gone, and I'd go to bed, and he was still at work. But, it paid off in the end, obviously, because we've grown a ton over the years. And so,
And the reality is, I talking with Joel and talking with several other people, talking with your clients, as I'm sitting down and I'm telling them that they are the cause that you have succeeded.
Exactly. Yep.
They rejected that, and they said it was because of you and because of your
that's nice.
Because of your service to them. It goes both ways. It goes hand in hand, you know. But the fact of the matter is, your father and your uncle, I mean, they so much time donated to make this a reality, and they sacrificed.
Yes, they did. Yes.
In humongous ways. That time that they didn't spend with you to help you have a successful life.
Exactly.
What a thing.
Yeah.
What a thing.
It's neat to watch, though. I mean, I don't know, it's something to strive for, to be just as good as they were, or just, the business mindset and, everything that I've learned through life, watching them in business and their smart decisions. And, it's kind of cool to watch that. They're masterminds. So,
and especially, and I jump back to the idea that 100 years, there are so many mom and pop shops that don't make it 5.
Yeah.
That don't make it 2. That don't make it a single year. And yet you guys claim 100 years.
Yeah,
and you're still going.
I think that's our customers, and and we were always service oriented versus the bottom dollar. We just wanted to make sure that our customers are our friends and family too, and that's what makes them loyal to us, and we're loyal to them. So.
And that's the point exactly, because name the big brands that have someone sit down and have this kind of conversation about them. I mean, sure, you'll definitely have the loyal followers and. I was taking such good care of, my gosh. I loved working with Joey over here. He's just fantastic. But the reality is that you guys have started a family. You've grown that family, and now we have people from 1978, I think one of them said, that began with you guys and have stuck to it all the way through.
Yep.
And other folks saying, hey, guess what? I actually did buy something from their store, and it was cheaper than the big box store. So, I mean, come on. There are times when that's actually a successful thing. And what a great thing, It
is. Yep.
So now you're watching your daughter grow up in this same space you're in. I got to ask you, how's your heart feeling?
Oh, well, I'm going to be a sad mama here pretty soon when she goes off to college, but I'm excited to see what she does. She's very outgoing and involved in everything, and that's just, it's really cool to watch, you know, so I'm excited for her too. So
where'd she get her musical background?
Me.
Yeah?
And, of course, Grandpa Billy.
Aww.
We were, every year at Christmas, we would have Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve, and then we would all pile into the music room, and Grandpa would play piano, and he would make me play guitar, sing, and then he'd have the grandkids do that, whatever the instrument they were playing, and so it was, then we all would pile in the music room, and so it's a musical family, and we've all played instruments, and so it's just, I don't know, it's bred into us, I guess, that way.
I love that, though, and the thing I love about that is I've worked in some wonderful industries where I have watched families destroy themselves because they started a job, they started a business, and it ripped them apart.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, I worked at a job where I was a graphic designer, and the wife inherited the business in the divorce, and she kept it going so strong, and she did amazing things with it. It was an honor to work under her, and I got to work with her son, and he and I are fast friends now from years of trying to solve puzzles together. And you see all these struggles happen inside families, and yet your family has survived, thrived, and continued forward, and didn't hit what I've seen so many other businesses hit. I mean, come on. That's wonderful to see that kind of success, including your daughter and other family members.
Yes.
So very, very exciting. And that's the kind of story I want to share.
Yeah.
You can easily turn a podcast into a commercial in a heartbeat, but when I can take a story of someone and show why on earth a business would last 100 years.
Yeah.
Some government agencies don't even last 100 years. No one's to blame for that. It's just incredible to be able to say, hey, listen, there's a reason why we support local when we can. There's a reason why I think we're getting tired of the generics.
Yes.
I think we're getting tired of the cheaper products that are more affordable, so you jump on them, but then they break in you in a heartbeat. I think we're getting tired of all of that. We're looking for the mom and pops again. They're finding their way back on their own. And I was talking with several people about the idea of trades.
Yes, the trades. Yes, I think we're lacking in the trades, and I hope a lot of Tristan's friends that are coming out of high school go into the trades. It's a great program, and it's so needed at this point.
And it's affordable.
Yes,
it's affordable.
And you come out with, great careers, and they make good money, and so I really am a pusher of the trades if they're interested in that.
If they're interested in that, certainly. And that's the reality of it is I think that there isn't enough marketing. I think it's coming up, though.
I think it is too. I think we're going to see a shift kind of go to the trade schools again.
Well, and so what's going on, in my opinion, being a podcaster the way I am, I spend an awful lot of time on YouTube, and I spend an awful lot of time on those video social medias, and I'm watching channels like Let's Dig 18, which is literally a guy who uses his diggers and is digging out ground, and all he does is film himself doing this. He's doing a trade, and people love it. It's cathartic. And we're seeing people that are welders. We're seeing people that are fabricators in so many different ways. And all these YouTube channels are popping up on things that your father, your grandfather, your uncles, your great-uncles, that all those guys, they're all looking at it going, I did that every day. Why is this a thing on YouTube now? Why do people care, Well, finally, kids are starting to get it. In the next 10, 15 years, I think it's only going to get better.
I hope so.
And it's needed because we have gotten that conversation of it's college or none.
Right.
It's college or fail.
Yeah, but you don't need to do that.
No.
You can definitely,
No, don't lose the money unless you're really going there. Now, my wife, she's a nurse. I want her to go to college.
Yeah.
I want her to go to college. Do it. Do it, please. But if you're called to work with your hands, or if you like big toys,
definitely.
Then the trades industry is going to be a ton of fun for you. So,
Yep.
and I like shouting that out because in matter of fact, Johnson Madison Lumber can help you find that success because they can get you the tools you need.
Yep.
They're obviously going to be very supportive to help you get in that direction.
Yep.
And when it comes down to it, it's a need. Every single person in this whole place needs you.
Yep.
It makes sense. So, Holly, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Now, folks, it goes without saying that Johnson Madison Lumber is the sponsor of this podcast, and it means the world to me. It truly does. Johnson Madison Lumber believes in small folks and small business, and we've talked to so many people that have taken their small business and started with you guys, and they've been doing it for 30 plus years. And they have done the same thing with this, and it means the world to me. So thank you.
Thank you.
The whole team over there, it's incredible. And then also Treasure State Lifestyles Montana magazine, the exact same thing. Someone who believes in the little folks, and it's an honor that we get to work with them. So please go and check out the magazine. It comes out every single month. It's free, for Pete's sake. Go and pick up one, get all the stories that are going to give you that Montana way of life. And we look forward to sharing it with you. We'll be back with more right here on the Montana Lifestyles Podcast. Thanks for watching, folks.